As a content creator, you'd want a PC that offers unfettered performance to help express your creative potential to the absolute maximum. To do this, you'd require a high end PC built using AMD's Ryzen 5000 processors coupled with the latest Radeon RX 6000 series graphics cards. Now, not all content creators would have the same needs. Some would prefer to use their PCs for purely video editing workloads, while others might have a more diverse use case. While we can obviously suggest the most expensive PC configuration that can handle every workload that you can throw at it, it wouldn't be the prudent choice for the vast majority of content creators. To get a better understanding of what content creators need, we reached out to GTech, a respected system integrator based in Pune, India.
Hello, I'm Amay Gokhale from GTech. I've been in the computer hardware industry for quite some time now. Approximately, let's say around 10 to 15 years. To be very precise, I got hooked on to PC hardware uh, around 2002 2003 time frame, and couple of years down the line I got fascinated by and attracted towards PC hardware overclocking, and that is something that has stuck with me ever since, and that has been one of my core passions. In 2016 I started GTech with a pursuit of building customized PCs or computers for different applications. So it's been a memorable journey till date, and we do build gaming systems, workstations, PCs for content creators, photogrammetry, simulation, rendering, you name it, we do it. And we also deal in like computer components or hardware parts, you can call it. And we have been catering to a lot of customers pan India. And if you need something, you can definitely consider us and get in touch with us.
Given the vast spectrum of requirements for content creators, we sought to understand what choice of components are content creators actually looking for. And with all things considered, we'll be building a PC that's ideal for the average content creator who wants the best for their workflow.
The CPU that we have considered for this build is AMD Ryzen R9 5900X, which is a 12 core 24 thread. I personally feel that the 12 core is a perfect balance when it comes to multi-core performance as well as very fast and efficient single threaded performance. So taking all the aspects into consideration, 5900X in my opinion is a better suited product for this build. We are using the Asus Pro WS X570 Ace motherboard, which is based obviously on the X570 chipset. And this board is designed specifically for enterprise or workstation or content creator type of application. There are a lot of small things that that make this board very unique, because this happens to be one of the few or maybe the only board which officially supports ECC memory. If you are not aware, Ryzen ever since the first generation supports ECC memory officially. It is just up to the motherboard maker to support that. This also offers three 16x slots which are spaced properly to accommodate dual GPUs and maybe uh, third GPU, but that is going to be a tight fit. But you can use that slot for adding a 10G adapter. Then as far as onboard storage solutions goes, it offers two M.2 slots which both support PCI Express Gen 4 SSDs, and there are also four SATA ports and a U.2 for enterprise NVMe SSDs. We are using G.Skill Ripjaw 5 4000 MHz 16 GB into 2 kit. We will not be running them at 4000 MHz CL17, which is the XMP profile. We will be instead using them at 3600 MHz and slightly tighter timings. Because the way Ryzen memory controller functions at 4000 megahertz, it will not be in a 1:1 ratio with the Infinity Fabric, which will have a performance penalty, which we don't want. From our internal testing, 3600 megahertz is like a no nonsense, guaranteed kind of sweet spot. So we'll stick to that and try to reduce the timings at similar voltage that is rated for the XMP profile. Now, as far as cold storage goes, or like hard drives or NAS, so you could either go with native hard drives up to 4 ports, because the motherboard has support for 4 SATA drives, or you could, if you want to use more than 4 SATA drives in the system itself, then you could consider adding a HBA adapter and connecting more SATA drives as required. Another option to consider is to use separate dedicated NAS storage, since most of the users who will be choosing this particular type of solution would be running very high storage space, let's say 10 TB, 20, 30, 40, 50. There is no limit to that. It would be ideal if you could choose something that offers 10G support. This is a space where I feel that a beefy air cooler like the Noctua D15 that we are using in this build makes more sense, because of the way in which the 3000 and 5000 series CPUs have their cores placed on the substrate. There are very few AIOs which perform optimally when it comes to 3000 and 5000 series CPUs, because of the placement of these chiplets or cores or IO die or whatever you want to call it. We have observed from rigorous testing that we do in-house that in workstations like these, air coolers do not suffer from these issues that we just discussed. As for the power supply, we are choosing Cooler Master V1200 Platinum power supply. And although a 850 watt power supply would be sufficient for a single GPU, 12 core or a 16 core system, 1000 watt would be a sweet spot. We chose the V1200 because of similar reasons, and anything like 1000, 1200 is basically up to the user to decide. We have decided to use a Cooler Master CM694 chassis. There are multiple reasons for choosing this particular chassis. Few very important and unique features of this particular case is that, one, it does not have tempered glass, which is a big bonus for workstation users. This particular chassis offers multi-utility kind of like 2.5 or 3.5 inch drive base, and there are 6 of those, and also a few 2.5 inch trays. So there are a lot of storage options to choose from, and even if you want to upgrade in the future, you have the option to do that. You don't need to change the chassis for that. And this, in my opinion, is what goes in favor of this particular chassis for this specific build. Coming to the GPU, we are choosing the latest AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT, which belongs to the 6000 series. The good thing is that this particular GPU features 12 GB of memory. Nowadays, in my opinion, anything below 10 GB or 12 GB is pointless for such high-end GPUs. There are many applications which require that kind of high frame buffer, and since this GPU is using the latest architecture, we can expect the best performance that AMD GPUs have to offer.
Here are all the components at a glance. This is a powerhouse that can run the latest games, let you stream your games while playing them, handle massive video editing projects, run complex 3D simulations and photogrammetry workloads, and practically anything that the content creator of today can throw at it. We hope that you found this video helpful in deciding the kind of components that you'd want in your next desktop PC. Shout out to Amey Gokhale of G-Tech for his valuable insights. We'll catch you in the next video.